ready?
Time to leave the dock.
Don't be the idiot fishing in a canoe in the middle of a channel. So this is the island of Caia Costa, right over here.
I'm Carlie, and this is Brady. In early 2020, we sold our house and most of our possessions and took our first big leap into living our vagabond dreams. We recently hiked 800 miles of the Appalachian Trail, and now we are purchasing a sailboat to start sailing around the world, all while capturing a creative journal of the journey. We hope to inspire you to live your own dreams. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Rookie mistake. We were sailing for a bit. We've had to kick the motor on because the wind is, I don't know, it's doing weird things. Can't keep going, and it was like dying down. We were moving like 1.3 knots. And to make it somewhere in daylight, we've got to go a lot faster than that. So we've kicked on the engine, getting beat up, but rookie mistake. So first of all, we have a box of electronics, which I will show you now. Yeah. So that box of electronics, and there's also a rag and some toilet paper, was sitting up there. It was dumped, but do you see that? So the Dawn bottle was left open, and it fell over, obviously, and has been dumping into our boat. Trash can popped open as well. But yeah, so we now have Dawn's soap all over. I've taken my shoes off because I stepped in it, so they're slick now, and I don't want to track it up the stairs. Yeah, so I'm going to try to clean that up somehow, but it's been dripping off. We changed tacks now, so thankfully it's no longer just like pouring to the floor here, but that is going to be so slick. So, time to do something about it. It has been a long day. Oh, there's definitely, sorry, go to film and then you guys have a very dirty screen. It's 10:45. It has been a very long day. We were up before the sunrise, yeah, at 6:30. I'll show you, Brady. Pulled our anchor, and then our friend's prop, they had no movement, so they dropped anchor, and we're like, that's cool, we'll stay, you know, whatever. So we dropped anchor too. They sorted out their issues, and we actually ended up leaving, you know, like 30 minutes later, I think, or so.
I think we left about 8 because we didn't start pulling our anchor until 7:15, and then we reset, and then
Yeah,
so 8. I'd say 8.
probably about 8 this morning. We got in at sunset, the time when you want to be sitting out and watching sunset. So like the end of sunset, you know. We got in then, and had some anchor issues. Oh, I probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, so anchor issues. We got here, dropped the anchor. Well, no. I went forward because it's a really tight anchorage, it's small, and normally I drive the boat and Brady drops the anchor, but I was like, oh, I don't want to drive in here, I'll go drop the anchor. So I went forward to drop the anchor, and it wouldn't go down. The windlass, we have little foot buttons, and it wouldn't lower. Kept trying, wouldn't lower. So went back, I was like, Brady, it's not going down, I don't know. And I tried like kind of knocking the chain, and yeah, nothing. So we fiddled with it, started getting it to go down, and first it like jumped a chunk of chain and then kept going, and then it jumped a lot of chain, and it just dropped, and he's like saying, cut power to the windlass, as he's like coming back to go do that, and it stopped, you know, before he made it back to cut the power. And it's just like, I was sitting there thinking, we're about to drop 200 feet of chain and our anchor on the floor of this seabed right here. But it didn't, it stopped, it didn't drop more. But it was an ordeal, and it was stressful and high alert. Friends, DJ came over, and he and Brady and I, well, Brady pulled it up by hand for a bit. It all went falling back into the water. Very scary. He thankfully knew that that was possible, so he wasn't like standing on it or anything ridiculous like that, which is good. So the anchor is in the water. We couldn't leave it where it dropped us like that, because it was too much chain for this tiny area. We'd swing into other boats, or the wall of, like, there's homes along one of the walls of this anchorage and their personal docks. Yeah, or we'd swing into those. Because yeah, it was just too much chain for this tiny little spot. So we had to pull it up, and then yeah, it was a long process. We were exhausted. We had wraps for dinner, tortilla wraps with some fresh onion and fresh sweet peppers, some lettuce while we've still got it, avocado, which is guacamole, like spread, like little individual containers of guacamole spread. Yep, Munster cheese, because that's our current block of cheese that's open. I added some minced garlic to mine, which Brady did not add to his, and I also black olives, and I also added some avocado ranch dressing to mine. Did you add that to yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I added Cholula.
And Brady added Cholula to his because I had already finished mine, and he was like, "Is it hot?" And I said, "No, it's not." So he added Cholula to his. Yeah, it was delicious. Definitely something that we would eat again, and another easy meal to make in a variety of ways depending on what the ingredients are that you have, which has kind of been our way of planning what to stock up on, is what is something that we can make a ton of different ways and still be okay eating it, and that sort of thing. So we have added wraps to the list of that. We've decided we are going to stay put here tomorrow because today was, well, it started off as a total beat. It was rough. It was, yeah. It was, you know, 4-foot seas, which is not bad. We've been in worse, but 4-foot seas on the nose, so you are literally beating into them. And
Period on the wave
was choppy, yeah.
very short.
Yeah, we were coming down one, nosing into the other, so it was just like smash, smash, smash. Yeah, so that was really fun. And it got way better as the day continued. It chilled out, calmed down, the wind angle changed, which helped with that, obviously, and the seas calmed. And tomorrow would be great. It'd be downwind sailing, not a big deal. I think we are headed for Little Shark River anchorage next. We are currently in Factory Bay anchorage. Factory Bay anchorage, Marco Island. On Marco Island in Florida. Yeah, so next we head to Little Shark River. We had talked very briefly about making the jet from here straight to Marathon, and doing an overnight, but we decided against that. We've decided to get more comfortable with our vessel and not do that, and we would do it tomorrow which we're not going to do. And the overnight would be like 18, 20 knot winds, and that's what the day started at, was like 20, 25 knot winds, gusts to 30. So yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to be smart and safe and actually take a day off instead. Rest after today. So that is the plan. Being it safe, playing it safe,
fully charged?
doing good. Yeah, they were fully charged, which was awesome. We brought in a lot of solar today. We did have to do a hefty chunk of motoring, so the alternator did some work too. But it was really nice to have all of our solar hooked up. We have, what is it actually? I think it's just under 1200 watts.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1165 watts of 1100? 11,
Yeah, 1165.
watts of solar. And we only have 400 amp hours of lithium battery. So the batteries run down really quickly, but there's not a whole lot there to charge. So there's that.
Yeah, we'd like 2 more batteries.
Yeah, we'd like at least 2 more batteries. Ideally 4 more would be amazing. But that is our day, our crazy evening.
I got them out of the head because I was trying to get to...
How cute! The kids are adults. Those look like kids.
I think they're kids.
Oh, he's bailing water out of the boat.
They need to fall off.
Yeah, they're gonna miss us. Hello! So these boats, they're like drinking tour boats with their little water wheels, which is super fun. But one came by earlier and they were singing a version of Baby Shark, which my mom friends will appreciate. It was, Brady and I looked at each other and Brady goes, "We can't escape it." Anyway, they go by quite frequently at this little anchorage, which is Factory Bay. Yeah, Factory Bay.
We're sitting here on anchor in Factory Bay.
Yep.
Trying to get some...
A windy day.
Very windy day. Trying to get some work done.
Yep.
Yesterday, during our trip down from like Sanibel area down to Marco Island, one of our reefing lines came untied and completely pulled
Out.
the line all the way out of the boom, and so now we are having to work on rigging up a way to pull a new line through.
And it is, our boat is single line reefing. A lot of times you see this as an addition where the boat's been changed to that, so the blocks are on the outside of the boom. Ours, however, is not the case, and the blocks and all of that are in the boom. So we are having to rerun that line, and we don't have both of the originals, like this one, which we still have. We don't have both of the originals to be able to just attach to the end, pull all the way through, and then tie it off at the end of the boom. We're having to do something new, which I did not follow or understand at first when Brady was explaining it to me. Sorry, it's so windy. So, yeah, I figured it'd be good for us to show you what we're doing and have Brady kind of explain, or, yeah, show with an explanation. So that's what we're gonna do. So far, I have a long chunk of my whipping line, which I've been whipping the lines. So a long chunk of my whipping line, and I have just pulled it through here, tied it off. Brady is going to use the whipping line to do his thing, so I'm here to help.
First things first is we are going to pull this line, which is our second reef line, original second reef line. We're replacing it. I'm going to pull it through the boom, which is attached to this line, which this will leave this line pulled through the boom. And then I'm going to use this end of the line to come out of this block area, down, attached to my first reef line, go back up inside that, come over here and drop back down and attach to my new second reef line. So whenever I pull that line tight, it will pull my first reef line up here and aft, as well as my second reef line will be pulled at the same time, and that will pull both lines aft. And then once we've done that, then
Hopefully
it works. Yeah, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah. And it's a windy, rolly day to be doing this, so
Yep.
should be an adventure.
All right, I've pulled second reef through, leaving our thread attached. We now have to attach that to our original second reef line here.
You mean our new second reef?
Our new second reef, yep, thank you. And we're gonna go ahead and do that.
So is this one on the end, or is this the one that needs to be in the middle?
Probably in the middle.
Okay.
Yep.
It's hard doing it where I can't actually see it. Okay. So we're doing this guy in the middle?
Yeah, I'd go even more.
I can just pull it through.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how much?
That's good. You have to lean for me out.
Oh, sorry. My pinky was an inch longer. So I've got it where I can feel it on this side. Needs less of a loop.
You want me to give it a go?
No.
Okay. All right, we've fed the twine string whipping line. We've got it, we fed it through our block system up here in such a way that we should be able to pull both reefing lines through at the same time. Theoretically. Let's give this a shot. I'm gonna let Carlie hold the camera over on this end.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go down here and pull.
I think it's gonna have to be fed through the top first.
Okay.
On this end.
Okay.
Like, get it started.
Yeah. Dang. I need somebody to pull up the slack as I do that though.
Oh, okay.
I think.
on your foot?
Yeah.
All right, hold.
Okay.
Pull. Hold. Hold. Try pulling.
Maybe I picked the wrong block.
Hang on. Hang on.
Too skinny.
Okay, no.
Hung up on something.
It might just be that you need more slack.
Can you pull on the red one? Will you pull on the red one?
Pull it?
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna try to help feed through.
Yeah, but pull on it. Okay, so you're pulling it from me, but I can't pull it from you. It's tight. So what is it tight on?
Okay.
Let me look on the yellow side.
All right, what was that?
I have them pulled through this end. I just got to cut the twine off.
It's not twine.
Whatever it is. I don't
It's
know what it's
thread.
called. Thread.
Mm-hmm. Just be careful not to cut my whipping.
Our reefing line has been replaced. Both reefing lines have been replaced.
You put them in the wrong spot. I'm just kidding.
Did we?
No, they're right.
I was gonna say I fed the green one, which was reef 2, with the
just
red
messing
line.
with you.
Okay. She's being goofball.
I'm so funny. We're through. Now we have pretty shiny new line.
Yep.
We don't want it to get dirty.
That's not an option. I'd like to do our Dutchman line too.
Dutchman line?
Yeah, the Dutchman system line that we blew.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
that
but
the
I think you're gonna have
we're gonna have to take let the boom down.
to. Okay. Probably doing that on a rocky and rolly anchorage is probably not
correct.
smart.
Yeah. We saved that for not
A
this.
really calm anchorage. Well,
Yeah.
any anchorage we've been at besides this one has been probably okay. This one is rough. And this water is so disgusting, you definitely don't want to go into it.
Yep. Saw some stingrays though.
You did, I didn't.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
All good.